Let's move on. I want to ask you about the US President Donald Trump, who's offended war veterans across the world. He said that Allied troops stayed a little back from fighting alongside American soldiers in the war in Afghanistan. He questioned the NATO pact and really, I guess, belittled almost the contribution of Allied forces. What did you make of those comments?
They were repulsive comments made by someone who has never served and avoided serving his country. They were ignorant in the extreme and they were wrong. The Brits in particular lost over 400 soldiers killed and thousands more wounded. The Canadians nearly 150. Australia and Denmark both lost over 40 killed in action and hundreds more wounded. They were not shying from the fight. They were there mainly because America asked us to help them in their hour of need after 9/11. So these were terrible comments, and I see that he's already starting to roll them back, at least in the UK.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't gone down well in the UK, but even here, I mean, former soldier Andrew Hastie, the Liberal MP, he's reacted angrily as well. And yes, Donald Trump's tried to walk it back, but it hasn't gone down well. But I just want to ask you about Donald Trump, because you recall, he wanted to take over Greenland. This was his big plot, and he said he would impose tariffs on countries who didn't back him. He then goes to Davos on Thursday and declares, no, actually, we've found a framework. We're going to work for peace. We're not going to take over Greenland. We're not going to impose those tariffs on February 1. But what was he trying to achieve here? Was he trying to call NATO leaders bluff, in your view?
It's hard to predict what he's trying to achieve. He's consistently inconsistent. America doesn't need to own Greenland. It had 20 bases there during the Cold War. Denmark has said it can pretty much do what it wants for the security of the American homeland, as well as sea and air routes across the Atlantic. I think this was just a case of Donald Trump wanting to secure his place in history as gaining the largest addition to American territory in history. I don't think there was much more to it than that.
Yeah, look, it's been fascinating to see how the world's responded to that. Everybody was on edge when he said, I'm going to take Greenland, I may even invade, and then suddenly goes to Davos at the World Economic Forum and all is good again. Mick Ryan, we've got to leave it there. Good to have you back on the show again this year. Thank you so much for your time.